Welcome to Nevada Newsmakers on the broadcast today. Part 2 of my interview with former United States Senator Reid at the Bellagio for the whole show on an all-new Nevada Newsmakers.
We opened our first shoot back in 1919, and it's been a wild ride ever since. Come celebrate 100 years of the Reno Rodeo. It's a big damn deal.
Retail's impact on Nevada's economy? Enormous. 8,600 businesses, large and small, employing 145,000 workers. And last fiscal year, retail paid tax on nearly $60 billion in sales. We're the Retail Association of Nevada. We support retail, we help it grow, and we mean business.
RANNV.org.
Take a look at Pro Group Management and see how your workers' comp requirements can be met head-on. By taking a proactive approach, Pro Group can assure that your company is meeting or exceeding state and federal standards. As you move forward in your industry, Pro Group moves with you, simplifying regulatory tasks, clearing the way so you can get the job done and look to your future success. Pro Group Management, workers' comp that works for you.
Early in the morning or throughout the night, professional truck drivers are on the job, serving you, safely moving freight that's crucial to our economy. From the oldest industries to our newest innovators, from the exotic to the everyday, trucks are everywhere, moving everything. Never afraid to embrace a future that makes Nevada and our nation stronger. Trucking moves America forward.
This is Nevada Newsmakers with host Sam Shad, a no-holds-barred political forum. Now, from the Nevada Newsmakers broadcast headquarters, here is Sam Shad.
And back on Nevada Newsmakers, this is part 2 of our interview with Senator Reid, United States Senator, a Nevada legend. We're here at his office at the Bellagio, and continuing the conversation from our previous program, talking about college and free college and things like that and making education available. I know of a young man that went to Washington, D.C. and worked as a Capitol policeman to put themselves through college. So I think that you're a very good example of somebody who knew the value of college and worked extremely hard to get there.
Sam, there are people today who would work as hard as I did, but the cost of education, college, and I went to law school. You know, we struggled, Landon and I struggled to make it, but we could do it. Today, you couldn't do it the way we did it. It just, the costs are so exorbitant.
I want to go back to Obamacare, because you were talking about how it's broken at this point in time, and I would have to agree with you. My last year before I was on Medicare, my cost was $750 a month just for me. There was a $12,000 deductible, wow. And that paid for nothing. There were no negotiated terrible? Rates on anything. So I agree with you.
And Sam, you were able to struggle and pay for that. Most people couldn't do it.
Correct. But what I was going to say to you was, when you and I talked in D.C. a couple of years ago, probably 4 years ago now, you had said to me that the Republicans could help fix this. They just don't want to do it. And is there a fix for Obamacare at this point in time that you can see?
See, what we needed was the Republicans to help us just a little bit. They made a decision, in fact, 2 decisions, after Obama was elected. They said, number 1, he will not be reelected. They failed at that. Number 2, they will oppose everything that he tried to do, and that's what they did, and that's a shame. Just a little bit of buy-in from them, we could have made it a better system. It turned out pretty good, because Pelosi had enough votes in the House, and I had enough votes in the Senate to get it done without them, but that's not the way it should have been. Now, today, you can't just fix it overnight. They have screwed it up so bad that people are winding up with situations like you just described. We're going to have to retool it, and it's a shame, but that's the way it is.
Do you think that is possible in the near term? Because other systems that the United States operates, like Medicare and the VA and Social Security, were passed, but were all changed over time and improved. Is there a chance, do you think, in the next few years to improve Obamacare?
Oh, sure. You know, we came very close to getting a much better bill than we did. I had to get all, as I've already indicated, had to get all my Democrats, and I had it worked out with a program, a single payer system. Joe Lieberman approved that. Next day he called and said he was changed his mind, so we had to go back and retool that again. So we could have made that a better bill. But again, I don't know why a few of the Republicans wouldn't break away and try to make it a little better. Would have been a big help. That's, Sam, and let me just say this, that's the way it used to be. There wasn't it was not. When I first went to the Senate and many years thereafter, we worked together on issues.
Do you see any way that that changes in the next few years? Because
Sam, here's what I think is going to happen.
Okay.
Bill Dowster worked for me. I directed him to write an article for the New York University Law Review, and he did. And here's what the article said, just in short. If things keep going the way they are, the Senate's going to turn into another House of Representatives. What does that mean? It means that the Senate, we have elections every 2 years, but we only elect a third of the Senate. The House elects a whole new legislature every 2 years. So it's not the end of the world. We would still have a bicameral legislature, and majority would rule. Is that so bad? The Republicans have set this false number of you have to get 60 to do anything. So we would change it so it's simple majority would control everything. That's not so bad.
It does, well,
that's going to happen, see?
You were able to get a lot of judges through because you changed the rules with the nuclear option. But the other side of that is that you have now seen Supreme Court justices nominated by Donald Trump be passed by a simple majority as well. Does that concern you?
Here's why I did that. First of all, understand that the rules in the Senate have been changed many, many times. It's not as if I invented the first rule change. But Obama was president. He had just been elected president. The Republicans that we already talked about were going to oppose everything that he tried to do, and they did. We had over 100 judges they wouldn't approve. We had cabinet officers and sub-cabinet officers. They hated labor unions, so they couldn't attack them directly. So what they did indirectly, they went after the National Labor Relations Board. We couldn't even get a quorum approved for the National Labor Relations Board. We had the D.C. Circuit, which is the most important court in the country, except for the Supreme Court. We had 4 or 5 vacancies there. We couldn't get them done. So we got them done. Changed the rule. We approved over the 100 judges. We filled all the cabinet slots. We took care of the D.C. Circuit, and we took care of the National Labor Relations Board. In hindsight, I'm so glad I did that. It was the most important thing for Obama. We were able to get Obamacare, we were able to get Dodd-Frank and national service, a great big lands bill that hadn't been done in many decades. We did a lot. Now, as I've just told your viewers, what is happening in the Senate is that the Republicans set a false number 60. The reason we were able to get this done, I could dig up 60 votes because we had so many Democrats. But the Republicans now, you have to get 60 votes on everything, and you can't do that. You may be in the majority, but you can't get 60 votes. And it is something that is not going to ruin the Senate. It's going to turn the Senate into a democracy where majority rules.
Let's take a break, and we'll come back to our next topic, which is the debt. A lot to think about there. We'll be right back.
Tamarack Junction is South Reno's hotspot with over 450 of the latest slots and video games. Sully Sports Bar, the Dining Car Restaurant, William Hill Sportsbook, and the Tamarack Steakhouse and Lounge. We're just north of the Summit Mall in South Virginia.
Yeah. Because of UMC, I'm putting my free time to good use.
Because of UMC, she keeps me on my toes.
Because of UMC and this guy, I'm here.
UMC, the highest level of care in Nevada.
Hi, I'm Eric Robnett, owner of Home Energy Experts. Has this ever happened to you?
Honey, did you remember to turn down the thermostat?
Forgetting to set the temperature? Not fun. We can help. Our new smart thermostat keeps the temperature set for your comfort all by itself.
I'm feeling hot now.
To increase your comfort, go to homeenergyexperts.com for details. That's homeenergyexperts.com.
The signs and symptoms of cataracts can start out small with subtle changes in your vision. So don't wait. Be proactive and take your vision into your own hands. If you're experiencing the onset of cataracts or just have questions, contact your eye care professional or call Eye Care Associates of Nevada today. Dr. Hiss has years of experience specializing in the surgical correction of eye disorders and has completed over 84,000 vision correcting procedures. At Eye Care Associates of Nevada, we'll change the way you look at the world.
The Tamarack Junction Steakhouse is known for signature steaks, handcrafted cocktails, and world-class wines. Join us Thursdays and Friday nights from 4:30 to 6:30 in the Steakhouse Lounge for live music, gourmet plates, and well-priced wines, just north of the Summit Mall on South Virginia.
This is Nevada Newsmakers.
Back on Nevada Newsmakers, we continue our conversation with United States Senator Harry Reid. The debt is around $23 trillion. For my whole life that I've been aware of politics, I've been told that the debt is going to kill us. At what point does that happen, and what does that look like?
6 weeks ago, I was doing an interview, and I said, this is going to surprise you, because they asked me, what are some big problems facing the country? I said, the debt, and I believe that. What we have going on is not sustainable. We cannot continue doing what we're doing. And I don't know, when I went, I hate to keep saying that, but it's true. When I was first elected to the House of Representatives and to the Senate, and for several years after I was elected to the Senate, the number one goal the Republicans had was to lower the debt. We had all kinds of legislation that was passed, sequestration was established, and things of that nature. But anymore, the Republicans don't seem to give a damn about what the debt is. And I frankly don't hear the Democrats raising much hell about it. And I think that's a mistake. I think the debt is not sustainable.
So when is the tipping point, and what does it look like when we can no longer pay the bill?
We already passed the tipping point. And I think that what we have to do is make sure that we understand there are certain things that we have to do. Now this may sound like I'll tell you what, here's how I feel. Number one, in America today, the rich are getting richer, and the poor are getting poorer, and the middle class is being squeezed like an accordion. That's not good. We have to make sure that we have to make sure that people who can afford it pay more taxes. I know a few millionaires. I know a few billionaires, and I frankly don't think any of them that I know would mind paying some more taxes. I think it's a myth that they don't want to pay more taxes. I'm sure there are some that are vocal, but whether they like it or not, they should pay more taxes. And that's the only way we're going to get this economy in the right position. The rich are going to have to start doing more. We can't continue like this. We can't continue having 1% of the American people controlling most of the money in the country. And I said, and I repeat without any qualms, the middle class is squeezed, and it's not going to, we can't continue that way.
But the reality is that the money for taxation comes from the middle class, because the rich know how to hire accountants and lobbyists.
No, that's not true,
You don't think
Sam.
so? That's not where the money is?
No.
Because even the billionaires don't have trillions. I mean, Jeff Bezos may have $150 billion, but he doesn't have trillions. He doesn't have $22 trillion.
But it doesn't happen in 1 year. It's over a period of time. The only way we can do this is we have to have more income. Where is the more income going to come? It can only come from rich people. The middle class, they're not going to be paying amounts of money that make up for what the rich people are making. And, you know, the rich are going to have to bear the burden, and they should.
All right, so you said we've passed the tipping point. Okay, I accept that. But what are the negatives that we are going to start seeing that come from having this debt? What will we not be able to do because of the debt?
One of the things I learned as a member of Congress, major programs are never developed from within Congress. They're developed from the other branch of government, the executive branch of government. If you want to do Social Security, that had to come from Roosevelt. If you want to do the national transportation system, the highway system, that had to come from Eisenhower. To lower the debt, it has to come from the president. And we have a president now who is spending money like he did when he was a businessman. It's all in credit, and that's wrong.
All right, but I mean, at what point does the public see the effects of this debt? I guess that's what I'm trying to get to.
They're already feeling the, Sam. Why do we have bridges that are unsafe? Why do we have highways that are, it doesn't matter if you're in Nevada, if you're in Maine, highways are horrible. Water systems, sewer systems, our infrastructure needs money. And so they're feeling it. They may not know that, but they're feeling it indirectly.
So you feel that the fact that we don't have an infrastructure bill is based on the fact that we have this tremendous debt, rather than the fact that the President and the Congress don't get together and fund an infrastructure bill?
We have a president who seems to not care about the debt. Now, I sat in many meetings with President Obama, Speaker Boehner, where we were trying to, they called it the grand bargain, to reduce the debt. We cannot get the Republicans to sign on to debt relief. That's what we have to do. And there's only one way of doing it. They have to raise taxes for the rich.
All right, let's take a break. More with Senator Reid when we come back.
Dimitri Prine here for Design Outdoor. At Design Outdoor, we specialize in all hardscapes, pavers, and walls you'll need for everything, from wonderful small yards to full-blown outdoor living. And we only refer the best contractors to make your vision a reality. Our store and backyard are located at 11600 South Virginia, just north of DeMonte Ranch Parkway. Visit designoutdoor.com or call us at 851-9499.
I'm men's rights attorney Marilyn York, and because I represent men in all family law matters, women often call me gender traitor, woman hater, and even disgusting. So why represent men and target myself with these offensive monikers? It's simple. Children with fathers in their lives are 6 times less likely to drop out of school, 15 times less likely to go to prison, and 5 times less likely to commit suicide. So ladies, you can hate me, but please love your children more than you hate their fathers.
Hi, I'm Dave Newman. Remember me? I used to be the house detective, and now I'm a realtor, full-time at RE/MAX Realty Affiliates. A lot of people ask me, how's the market? You know what? It's fantastic. If you're even kicking around the idea of buying or selling, give me a call. Let's talk about it. Call me at RE/MAX Realty Affiliates and just ask for the guy who used to be the house detective, Dave Newman.
The signs and symptoms of cataracts can start out small with subtle changes in your vision. So don't wait. Be proactive and take your vision into your own hands. If you're experiencing the onset of cataracts or just have questions, contact your eye care professional or call Eye Care Associates of Nevada today. Dr. Hiss has years of experience specializing in the surgical correction of eye disorders and has completed over 84,000 vision correcting procedures. At Eye Care Associates of Nevada, we'll change the way you look at the world.
This is Nevada Newsmakers.
And back on Nevada Newsmakers, continuing our conversation with United States Senator Harry Reid. There's a letter. I photographed all the pictures and mementos in your office. It's a wonderful office. One of the things up there says, "Dear Harry," it's dated November 8th, 2010, "Congratulations, you are amazing. With best wishes,
Donald J. Trump."
To you.
Oh yeah. I thought, you know, I've got this office spread with busts of FDR, picture of him up here, my mentor Mike O'Callaghan, Senator Bryan, and I thought I should have a picture to show my bipartisanship of President Trump. You know, he did fundraisers in his home for me. And the day when He was a Democrat, or at least we thought he was. Been to his home a number of times. I don't think he's been a very good president, but I always liked him. He's a very personable man.
Fascinating answer, sir. I believe that Donald Trump won because of dissatisfaction of the population with both parties, that they were unhappy that neither Republicans or Democrats were doing what they should be doing. Nonpartisans are a growing group, including here in Nevada. How is that going to work for the Democrats going forward?
Sam, I don't refer to the nonpartisans as nonpartisans. I refer to them as independents, because elections change as to who the independents support. In a national election, the independents make the difference. And anybody that runs think they're going to win just with the Republicans or with the Democrats are mistaken. They have to reach out to the independents, which are becoming a more powerful part of our electorate every day.
Let's talk about marijuana. Now it's legal for both medical and recreational in Nevada, but it's still a Schedule I drug. And we have issues with the banking industry, the gaming industry in Nevada because of this. Do you see any possibility in the near future of the President or Congress changing the rules to get marijuana from being that Schedule I drug, and would you approve of that?
First of all, I'm kind of not the proper person to talk about that. I never inhaled a Camel cigarette, so I know that marijuana is here in Nevada to stay. People have made huge amounts of money in marijuana, growing and distributing, and legally. And I think it's really untoward now that the banking institution won't take their money. I think that's just so foolish. I think it just leads to crime.
But they're terrified of running afoul of federal law.
I know that. My point is that the banking system should be directed by the Congress and the President to change the laws. This is foolishness. It just doesn't make any sense. States, it's not Nevada that's legalized it. States all over the country are legalizing it. Almost every month a new state does it.
And so do you see some point in the near future where this is, because I'm sure that you get a lot of phone calls from your constituents.
It has to be changed. It will be changed.
Okay. You got a time frame on that?
I think it'll be changed within the next 2 years.
Okay. One thing that concerns me is, it's 30 odd years ago now when we changed from defined pension benefits to 401ks and people being responsible for their own financial future in retirement beyond Social Security. And at the time, as a young man when this happened, I thought, this is not a good plan because the average person has no clue how to invest their money, and the stock market is a gamble for even the most sophisticated people. Are you concerned about the bankruptcy rate for older Americans these days, as they have no savings and they're trying to survive on Social Security, which was never meant for that?
Sam, I'm concerned about the bankruptcy rate for young, middle class, middle-aged, and older people. Why? When you started working those many years ago, you knew that you would have a few employers, and that's the way it's been. And that's the way it used to be. But now people, if they can stick with an employer for 5 years, it's a big deal. People are changing constantly. As a result of that, the pension system has gone screwy because people don't work in defined benefits over a long period of time. And you're absolutely right. That's why privatizing Social Security was such a stupid idea. And one of the things that I worked with Speaker Pelosi is making sure that we did not privatize Social Security. I didn't know how I was going to do it, but the President said he had a mandate to privatize Social Security. I opposed that, and we won, and he lost. And it would have been a disaster to have people deciding where they were going to invest their money. So it would have been, you think bankruptcy now, it would have been horrible otherwise.
The popular vote versus the Electoral College. Steve Sisolak vetoed the idea of us joining this popular vote idea. Am I incorrect here that it would be the stupidest thing on the planet for Nevada, especially after all your hard work to get the caucuses for Nevada, for us to go to a popular vote versus the Electoral College?
Sisolak was right. For Nevada, that was the best deal. I can understand how people around the country are disturbed with elections for president. We've had in recent years the winner getting less votes than the loser. That's not a good system, and it has to be worked on, and that's why you see this effort being made mostly by states with a lot of people wanting to change the system. That's why they're doing it. For Nevada, it wouldn't be a very good deal.
Nobody would come anymore. I mean, there would be no reason for the presidential candidates to come.
Well, I worked very hard to get the caucuses here, and it's been one of the really good things to bring people to Nevada. We're the third state in the country that makes a decision who's going to run for president, and that's good.
Senator, thank you so much for your time. I really appreciate it. It's great to see you. Okay. It's great to see you with your health doing so much better, and you are a Nevada treasure, and thank you.
You're very kind.
And we'll be right back.
A bird's eye captures its surroundings at different heights. At Brian Culpa Photography, we can make your imagination soar over buildings, parks, cityscapes, and beyond. Brian's images tell the story and get the job done. If you need a new perspective to tell your story, contact Brian today. Brian Culpa Photography. Experience the bird's eye view at brianculpaphotography.com.
Hi, my name's Marilyn Miner, and I'm sure you'd agree that Nevada's a very special place to live. I was born here, and my husband and I have raised our family here. I feel it's a privilege to live and work in the Truckee Meadows. I especially enjoy helping my clients reach their real estate goals. Sometimes the smallest details provide the greatest satisfaction. I'd be complimented to talk to you about your next move.
Call Marilyn Miner at Dixon Realty, 742-1280, or log on to marilynminer.com.
St. Ives Florist, for every holiday and every special occasion. For romance. Custom home design. We have the largest selection of fresh flowers in northern Nevada. And we also offer a large selection of unique gift items. Come see me, Lori Ann, at St. Ives Florist, 700 South Wells Avenue, or call me at 333-9190.
Pro Group Management is the place where companies can find workers' comp solutions that are designed to meet their specific business requirements. As regulations evolve, Pro Group takes a proactive approach to clear the path to make sure your business stays ahead of the curve. Knowing your workers' comp program is optimized, you can focus on other important matters related to your growing business. Pro Group Management, workers' comp that works for you.
Our thanks to the Las Vegas Metro Chamber for hosting us, and always you can catch all of our shows at NevadaNewsmakers.com and on YouTube. We'll see you on the next broadcast.